This live broadcast of Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball is brought to you thanks to the support from Generations Bank, Little John Orthodontics, Bill Cram Chevrolet, Finger Lakes Partners Insurance, It's a Wonderful Run 5K, Finger Lakes Construction, Red's Place, Ferrara Lumber, Jimmer's Auto and Stever's Garage, Penny's Place Restaurant, the Seneca Falls Country Club, the Omen Theater, FingerLakes1.com, Digital Marketing, and Aflac Supplemental Insurance.
Live from Newark High School, it's the final week of the regular season, and tonight the Wayne Eagles have a chance to clinch a share of the Finger Lakes East title as they take on the Newark Reds on senior night here at Newark High School. Glad to have you along. Brendan Harrington along with Tane Robinson, Jim Sinacropi playing hurt tonight behind the scenes along with the Hunt brothers. Glad to have you along as sectionals are almost here, Tane, and a very good Wayne program with a chance to take another big step. They won a sectional title last year in Class A2, and now if they play their cards right this last week, they could win their first outright Finger Lakes East League Championship. It starts tonight with a game against Newark.
Well, that's right, Brendan. It's going to be an exciting finish to the regular season as this Wayne team, you mentioned it, coming off a strong sectional championship last year. They've done well all season long, and then surprisingly caught a little bit of help last night in the form of the Penn Yan Mustangs.
Yeah, it looked like we were headed towards a possible shared title. Still could be that way, but the surprise last night, Minders losing 50-47 at home against Penn Yan on their senior night. And in fact, Minders had a 9-point lead in the fourth quarter. They saw that evaporate. They still had a chance to tie it at the buzzer, but Jesse Cabot's three from the top of the key was off the mark. And so a little bit of a stunner. Of course, Penn Yan's had an excellent season. They're in great position in sectionals to grab a number 2 seed in that Class B bracket. But now it opens the door for Wayne. They win tonight. That guarantees them a share. And then if they can win tonight and win at Penn Yan on Thursday, then they would win the outright league title.
Absolutely. The Wayne Eagles control their destiny at this point, but the two teams standing in their way are no slouches at all. This Newark team, while they've struggled a little bit of late, still has the talent and one of the top players in all of the Finger Lakes League in Taylor Clements, who it's his senior night tonight. And then, of course, Penn Yan has been consistently the third best team in the league this year, record-wise. They went down and upset Minders the other night. And, I'm sure they wouldn't mind playing spoiler in their senior night at home against Wayne later this week.
You're looking at the pictures of some of the senior night festivities going on right now before our game tonight between Wayne and Newark. Of course, this senior class for the Newark Reds having a very successful run led by Taylor Clements. Of course, 2 years ago, when these seniors were sophomores, Newark brought home a sectional championship, the Class B1 championship. Last year they fell to Minders in the championship game, but another trip to the title game. But Taylor Clements and Marcel Green D'Souza, Terry Anglin, Logan Moynihan, Alejandro Caraballo all will start tonight on senior night. And as always, Tani, whether it's high school or college, a lot of emotion on senior night. It can be difficult sometimes to concentrate on the task at hand.
Absolutely, and one of the things that typically happens is sometimes there's some changes to the rotation, the way that a team starts either a game or a half, sort of in deference to the seniors, and that, any changes to routine can certainly affect the way a team goes out and kind of gets things done. And like you said, a lot of emotion. Sometimes that can be really helpful and energize a team, and certainly sometimes the opposite can happen too, where too much emotion can result in some disorganized, undisciplined play.
See Parker Castleman a moment ago. He's also a senior, though he's been sidelined with a concussion as of late. Newark 7-12 overall, 6-7 in league play. That's still good enough for fourth place because you have Wayne, Minders, and Penn Yan just ahead of the rest of the pack. Well out in front of the other teams in the FL East. But, Newark is a team, obviously with some experience. They can do some damage. Right now, if the sectionals were to start today, they're at the number 9 seed. They would match up with Pal Mac, a team certainly we know they're capable of beating. They split in the regular season with Pal Mac. And then, who knows, they could be matching up with number 1 Minders, who they've lost twice to, but have played tough in both of those games.
Yeah, and rest assured, nobody in sectionals is going to want to see the Newark Reds lined up across from them because of the talent and the potential they have. historically one of the strongest programs in all of Section 5, and there are some really experienced, strong players still in that program. And on any given night, you don't know what will happen.
We're going to go ahead and listen in a little bit on the senior festivities here as we go forward, and then we'll continue to break down the matchup. But a chance for you to listen in where some of the seniors, Marcel Green D'Souza was just honored, and here's Alejandro Caraballo.
Gabriel Calabero is with him as well. He's spent 6 years in the program. His future plans are to attend a 4-year university with an undecided major. Alex would like to thank his parents for always getting him to games and practices on time, to thank his coaches for making him a better player and person. Special thanks to Coach Sarah Volo for always believing in him and giving him confidence to play hard. Next, we have Logan Monaghan. His parents are Holly and Sean Monaghan. Logan has been playing in the program for 6 years. His future plans are to attend a 4-year college and major in business or engineering. Logan would like to thank all of the Newark basketball coaches who have assisted him in his basketball career, as well as his parents for paying for different team camps and always supporting him. You've all made his basketball career one to remember. And last but not least, the shortest guy on the team, Taylor Clements. His parents are Terry and Shannon Clements. Taylor has spent 6 years in the program. His future plans are to go to Monroe Community College to play basketball and major in communications and media studies. Taylor would like to thank all his coaches who have helped him improve as a basketball player and help him become the man he is today. Thank you.
So all the seniors going to get together for some photographs, and then we'll resume the warm-ups and get you ready for this matchup in the Finger Lakes East. Wayne 15-3, 11-1 in league play. They have a league title within their sights, and step 1 of 2 begins tonight. We're going to take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll have starting lineups, the national anthem, and tip-off as the Wayne Eagles take on the Newark Reds right here on FingerLakes1.com.
Federal loans not enough to cover the cost of your college education? The private student loan available through Generations Bank can be the answer to your funding needs. Learn more online at mygenbank.com or call 315-568-5855. Generations Bank, with locations in Auburn, Farmington, Geneva, Phelps, Seneca Falls, Union Springs, and Waterloo. Be sure to check out their mobile banking app or visit them online at mygenbank.com. Dr. Littlejohn and his outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each patient through their orthodontic care. They utilize the latest technological advances in the orthodontic industry, including digital scanning and Invisalign. Dr. Rod Littlejohn is proud to support our area high school athletes. Check out their website at littlejohnortho.com. Bill Cram Chevrolet on Route 5 and 20 between Seneca Falls and Waterloo, where your car buying is fast, fun, and easy. Mention you saw them on FingerLakes1.com and receive a $250 credit to use towards the purchase of any new or used vehicle. Browse their inventory at BillCramChevrolet.com or stop in and see why you'll save plenty on 5 and 20 with Bill Cram Chevrolet.
And back at Newark High School, getting ready for this Finger Lakes East matchup in the final week of the regular season between the Wayne Eagles and the Newark Reds, just wrapping up the senior night festivities here at Newark High School. Brendan Harrington along with Tani Robinson. And we've talked about what's at stake for Wayne. Kind of interesting. Their schedule really backloaded, and I think there's a purpose to that. Of course, Wayne, one of their big guns, Braden Zanellovic, who was the quarterback on the football team, got injured early in the football season. took him out for the rest of football season, and he missed the first 12 games of basketball season. So they're still trying to get this team back on the same page. And then Logan Blankenberg went down, ironically, the same time that Zanelovic was coming back. So this will just be the fourth game that they played together.
Yeah. Certainly, there was a lot of chemistry within this Wayne team last year in their sectional championship run, and I expect that it'll be there. These kids have played together for a long time, but absolutely an opportunity to reconnect and sort of figure out how everyone's going to be moving and playing and sort of filling out their own role on the team is something that will be important for Wayne before the postseason can begin.
Wayne, this will be their fourth game in the last 5 days, including a game last night at home against Virtus. They won 55-45. Now, Wayne had won 13 games in a row after they dropped their season opener to Pittsford Sutherland. That streak came to an end in a game that we covered right here on Finger Lakes 1 last Tuesday against Minders, falling 51-42. But that was the last game without Logan Blankenberg, which certainly made a difference. So his first game back was Friday against Mid-Lakes, a 72-51 win. But they've also played Irondequoit in that stretch on Saturday. Of course, Irondequoit knocked them out in the play-in game last year after Wayne won the sectional title. So some quality opponents down the stretch, and it's always good for sectionals.
Absolutely. Playing the stiff competition during the regular season just prepares you for the postseason. And Coach Thompson, I know, knows that he has a talented squad coming back and wants to do everything he can to position his team for another title run.
And this Wayne team defensively is really, really good. We're talking a little bit with Coach Thompson before the game. Bill Thompson, this is a group that's played together a long time. Of course, had the success last year, but he said a couple years ago he realized, you know what, we're just not a great man-to-man defensive team, and they switched to this matchup 2-3 zone. And, in terms of this level, Tane, they got a lot of length, and they play it well.
Yep. Certainly, when you hear 2-3 zone and you live in this area, your thoughts tend to wander towards the college program that's just down the road, the Syracuse Orangemen, and the length that they recruit. But absolutely, the Wayne Eagles have a lot of length defensively and are able to cover a lot of the court defensively, get their hands up in passing lanes, contest shots, and it's certainly made a difference in the defensive stat line for the Wayne Eagles.
They go 6'4", 6'4", 6'5" on the back line with Carmichael, Zanelovic, and Blankenberg. So, for the high school level of schools this size, that is the equivalent of a Syracuse having, 6'9", 6'10", 7 foot on the back line. So, defensively, they've held their opponents to just 43 points per game this year, which is impressive. In fact, 13 of their 18 opponents this year have been held under 50 points, and 8 times they've held their opponent under 40. Teams down in the 30s. So, and Newark at times this year, Tane, has struggled to score. So that's going to be one of the more difficult challenges for them tonight, finding a way to get inside and attack that zone from Wayne.
Yep. It's rare that there won't be a game where Taylor Clements doesn't, fill up the stat sheet, but it's what can his teammates do around him to kind of fill out the rest of the stat sheet? Will the guards be able to hit some outside shots to open up some of the passing lanes to get the ball inside to Taylor?
That was one of the keys for Minders last Tuesday night in the 51-42 win at Wayne. They did a great job from the get-go of getting the ball into the high post. They were rotating different guys in and out of the high post, and that inside out really opened things up. Quentin Battle wound up hitting 5 threes in that game, and that's kind of part of the recipe for success. So we're getting ready for our national anthem, and right now they're going to honor the recently crowned Section 5 Class C girls bowling champions, the Newark Reds, bringing home that title earlier today up in Gates. And the members of that team are Ashley Watrous, Sierra Powers, Aubrey Gibson, the Spry sisters, Rebecca and Emily, along with Natalie Kent and Emily Lang.
A real nice opportunity for that championship team to be in here and be recognized by their school.
And so they are out at center court right now, and they're going to see if they can maybe take some of that winning mojo from the bowling alley up in Gates and transfer it inside here to the gym at Newark High School and see if Newark can spring the upset tonight again. Newark has nothing to lose tonight, a chance to really spoil things for Wayne.
Between the Eagles of Wayne
as we're going to be hearing our national anthem here in just a second from Renz Vesenol, a sophomore here at Newark High School. But, I mean, we saw it last night. Penn Yan spoiling things at Minders, and, of course, Newark at home here for senior night. JV game was a thriller, went a little bit late. Newark was able to pull it out by 2. Some clutch free throw shooting from both of the JV teams. So the game went a little bit long. Could have gone much longer had it gone to overtime, but with that and the festivities here for senior night, we're going to be after 8 o'clock when we tip this thing off. Now, having done the public address at Red Jacket, Tane, you have to read about 2 pages worth of instructions and sportsmanship recommendations. So
I also do that at the Palmyra.
Yeah, that's right. You started
game.
doing that now.
Yeah.
You're multitasking. All right, so we're going to listen in on the national anthem in Renz Vesenol.
See on the dawn's early lights, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly seen, and rockets that glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Renz Vesenol with a tremendous rendition of the national anthem as we get ready for action in the Finger Lakes East tonight. He's a sophomore here at Newark High School, and let's go ahead and get you the starting lineups. First for the Wayne Eagles, 15-3, 11-1 in the Finger Lakes East. They are tied atop the FL East with the Minders Blue Devils. With a win tonight, they clinch a share of the FL East title with a chance to win it outright with a win on Thursday. In the backcourt, Billy Thompson will run the point, the 5'10 junior. Great rebounder, pulled down 10 rebounds in a game last Tuesday night against Minders. And then Logan Blankenberg in the backcourt, 6'4", 170-pound junior. He'll play down on the bottom of that zone. Tom Bolt starts at the guard position, a 5'10 senior. And then up front, Nick Carmichael, 6'5", 240-pound junior that Jim has dubbed Big Country, a la Bryant Reeves. And then Braden Zanelovic, who was the MVP of last year's Section 5 Class A2 tournament, the 6'4", 200-pound senior, starting for Wayne, and head coach Bill Thompson. So it'll be Thompson, Bolt, Blankenberg, Carmichael, and Zanelovic for the Wayne Eagles. For the Newark Reds, the starting lineup, they're going to go with their all-senior lineup, which includes Alejandro Caraballo, the 5'9 senior guard, getting the start. Also in the backcourt, Logan Moynihan, a 6'2 senior guard, along with Marcel Green D'Souza, who's a 5'7", 150-pound senior guard. And then up front, Terry Anglin, a 6'1 senior forward, and Taylor Clements, 6'7", 203-pound senior. And Henry Caparis, the head coach in his first season, so it'll be Caraballo, Moynihan, D'Souza, Anglin, and Clements for the Newark Reds, who are 7-12, 6-7 in the Finger Lakes East. So here we go. Glad to have you along. Again, Wayne playing their 4th game in the last 5 days. Just don't see that in high school. Newark, of course, in the home white. Wayne will be in the road navy blue. Corey Lamberton and Mark Jones, your officials. And off of the opening tip, it'll be the Newark Reds with the basketball.
And we see Wayne opening up in that matchup 2-3 zone.
No surprise. And Newark still just passing around on the perimeter. Try to get it to the high post, return to sender. D'Souza with the high arcing 3. And the rebound brought down by Zanelovic. So here's a look at Wayne on the offensive end for the first time. Thompson running the point for Zanelovic.
Newark starting off in man-to-man defense.
Carmichael, good cut underneath from Bolt, who lays it up and in for 2.
Boy, a nice vision of Carmichael to find the cutting Bolt, and nice delivery of the pass there to pick up the assist.
So probably not the guy that you would expect to put Wayne on the board first, but Bolt, real good role player who starts for this team, does a lot of things well. Back against the zone. 3-pointer on the way from Caraballo, left it short, so he's not shy, even though he's in the starting lineup for this special occasion. And there's a travel. It's going to send it back over to Wayne.
Yeah, they get Green D'Souza with the walk there, and we've seen Newark these first couple possessions settle for that outside shot. Might make for a long night for the Newark Reds if that's the only offensive options that they're employing.
Logan Blankenberg wearing number 33. He has it right now. He's still not quite 100% coming back from a sprained knee that he suffered against Penn Yan a couple weeks ago. And meanwhile, Big Country, Nick Carmichael plows his way to the hoop, and it's 4-0 Wayne.
Big Country taking it right to the big treat.
So Newark quickly in the hole, 4-0, as they continue to try and probe this 2-3. Now they had Clements all the way in the corner that time. Now the 15 on the shot clock. D'Souza with the skip pass. Here's a 3 from Moynihan.
Moynihan, nothing but net.
So Logan Moynihan from the top of the key makes it 4-3, Wayne.
Some full court pressure here by the Reds.
A lot of guys who can handle the ball. Zanelovic with the deep 2. I know you love that shot, Tane. It was open, 18-footer, and that makes it 6-3.
Long 2-pointer frequently is open.
But if you're into the advanced metrics and statistics, it's one of the worst shots you can take in basketball, which you constantly remind me of. Clements at the high post. Glad to pick up his dribble. Moynihan into the corner. Caraballo!
Oh, and a big 3-pointer by Caraballo on his senior night.
Alejandro puts it in the hole, 6-6, but now numbers 3-on-1. The trailing Carmichael off the pass from Zanelovic.
Great pass by Zanelovic there to find the cutting Carmichael.
Well, contrast, all 2-point buckets thus far for Wayne and a pair of 3-point baskets for the Newark Reds. The net is a 2-point advantage for the Eagles. Clements in the baseline, gets Zanelovic in the air, and that's 3 big steps for Mankind, and it's against the rules. So that'll send it back over to Newark.
You can't do that.
4:41 to play in this opening quarter, 8-6 Wayne. The Eagles in a virtual tie for first place in the Finger Lakes East. Oh, great back cut. Billy Thompson. Boy, we've seen a couple really good-looking sets now in the back cut from Wayne, and they're having no problem, Tani, getting high-percentage shots. Clements is rejected by Blankenberg, and that's a tie-up.
Well, you said it, Brendan. On the offensive end, they're doing a nice job of losing their defenders in man-to-man. Newark's really pressing up, and we've seen Wayne counteract that with that backdoor cut.
4 of the 5 starters have scored for Wayne, so really sharing the basketball well trying to set up the high-low here with Zanelovic and Carmichael. Instead, back on the perimeter. Blankenberg pick and roll. Defender got a piece of it, but somehow the pass still made it through, and Carmichael's going to head to the line.
Yeah, caught a little bit of a break there. There wasn't much of a window for Blankenberg to toss that pass in there to Carmichael, but nice job by Carmichael tipping the ball up in the air to himself and coming down with it.
And so Carmichael to the line, left it short. So first free throws of the game, and we're going to have a substitution for Wayne, a guy who was starting most of the year with the injuries to Zanelovic and then Blankenberg. That's Logan Holgado, 6'1", 160-pound junior. He steps into the lineup. And Bolt will take a seat. And meanwhile, Carmichael 0 for 2 at the free throw line. So it remains 10-6. 3:45 to play in the first quarter. Back into the 2-3 goes Wayne. Anglin caught it on the block, was immediately double-teamed. They're trapping in the corner. Somehow, Caraballo got it back, and Anglin able to finish off the pass from Caraballo.
Nice hustle play there by Caraballo to come up with that loose ball.
And I like the way Wayne threw on that trap in the corner. That is no man's land against the 2-3 zone. So Wayne basketball, another back cut, and great execution as Blankenberg off the long pass from Thompson makes it 12-8.
Great vision there by Thompson.
Now they're really taking advantage of Newark overplaying on the perimeter. Good ball movement that time. It might have been partially blocked on the three-point attempt by Anglin. And then Anglin, acrobatic layup, doesn't find the mark, and a jump ball. And Clement probably lucky that he didn't get called for over the back.
Yeah, he kept the ball up high. I thought there was a chance that was exactly going to be the call.
Laquan Everett, Jaden Peters going to check in along with Adian Elliott for Newark. And the Reds will inbound. All the way up top for Peters. Peters has had some big games this year, including a 32-point game against Mid-Lakes where he hit 6 threes. So keep an eye on him against the zone. Newark down 4. Moynihan in trouble. And speaking of Peters, he's going to let it fly there, but can't find the mark. Laquan Everett with the rebound. Peters again. So Jaden Peters gets another chance at the 3. And Newark back within 1, 12-11, and the Reds hanging around early, Tani.
Yeah, that was a...
And meanwhile, Blankenberg loses the handle. Had to go off the backboard on kind of a wild shot. And Newark now with a chance to take the lead for the first time.
Oh,
and
nice
a steal
by Thompson.
Into the front court. The pull-up was short, but Blankenberg, no one blocked him out. And he puts it back up and in for 2. And Newark.
Yeah, nice follow by Blankenberg there after maybe the ill-advised shot there by Thompson as he had stolen the ball and kind of drifting away from the basket, turnaround jumper.
Newark going to take a timeout right here and probably unhappy with the failure to block out on that last play. So it's 14-11, a 3-point lead for the Wayne Eagles here in the early going. Oh, he talked about the fact this Wayne team holds teams to just 43 points per game, and this Newark team can really struggle to score. So kind of a high-scoring game right now. With those statistics in mind, I think it's going to be difficult for Newark to kind of keep up the scoring pace, Tony, especially as easy as the baskets have been for Wayne.
Right, I mean, Newark has certainly been knocking down the long ball early on, and it seems like on the defensive end, that part of their game plan has been to really extend and pressure out, and Wayne's done a nice job of counteracting that with those backdoor cuts.
Newark basketball out of the timeout with 1:32 left to play in the first quarter. A 3-point lead for the Eagles. Moynihan. Left it in the corner for Everett. Everett tried to force in the pass, leads to the turnover. Now, Wayne's not going to run a ton, but they'll pick their spots, and we'll have a foul on the floor here. It's going to be the second foul of the game.
And they're going to get Moynihan with the push.
Terry Anglin also was charged for a foul earlier in the half. And now Jaden Burley is going to come in for the first time for Wayne. He'll check in for Carmichael. Burley, a 6'2", 175-pound junior. Off the inbound, they get it into Burley with good position. Zanelevic. And that's going to be a foul on the floor. Mark Jones all over that one.
Nice ball fake by Zanelevic, and then strong drive to the basket. Did a nice job drawing the foul.
I love the size of this Wayne team. I love the speed they play at. It's, they don't rush, but they're make great back cuts. You can tell it's a seasoned, good basketball team, and they're getting healthy at the right time, Johnny.
Yep, they seem to be composed and in control.
And there's a travel on Logan Holgado, so that will send it back over to Newark. And substitution, Mason Vandemortel is going to check in for the first time for Newark. So everybody that's dressed, except for Kyle Martinez, has been in the game so far for Newark. So we're going deep into the bench here on senior night. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Peters hit that three a couple possessions ago. Moynihan. And off the reversal, Peters too strong. Long rebound brought down by Elgato, got run over. That'll be another foul on Newark.
Good ball movement by the Newark Reds there to make the zone move and get the open three for Peters, who's one of their stronger shooters.
And here comes Kyle Martinez, so the bench has been emptied for the Newark Reds. DeAndre Saunders no longer with the team. He was a guy who saw a lot of action earlier in the season. Shot clock is off. 23 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Looks like Wayne is just going to hold for the last shot. Ball in the hands of Logan Blankenberg.
And Blankenberg, excellent shooter from deep, has got quite the range.
They spread the floor. A lot of contact there as Moynihan went in for the steal. Back the other way at the buzzer. That'll do it here in the first quarter. So Wayne with a 14-11 lead will step aside. Stay with us right here on FingerLakes1.com.
Federal loans not enough to cover the cost of your college education? The private student loan available through Generations Bank can be the answer to your funding needs. Learn more online at mygenbank.com or call 315-568-5855. Generations Bank, with locations in Auburn, Farmington, Geneva, Phelps, Seneca Falls, Union Springs, and Waterloo. Be sure to check out their mobile banking app or visit them online at mygenbank.com. Dr. Littlejohn and his outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each patient through their orthodontic care. They utilize the latest technological advances in the orthodontic industry, including digital scanning and Invisalign. Dr. Rod Littlejohn is proud to support our area high school athletes. Check out their website at littlejohnortho.com. Bill Cram Chevrolet on Route 5 and 20 between Seneca Falls and Waterloo, where your car buying is fast, fun, and easy. Mention you saw them on FingerLakes1.com and receive a $250 credit to use towards the purchase of any new or used vehicle. Browse their inventory at BillCramChevrolet.com or stop in and see why you'll save plenty on 5 and 20 with Bill Cram Chevrolet.
Back at Newark High School, we are underway in the second quarter. Turnover by Wayne, 14-11.
And Jaden Burley with the ill-advised pass there.
Newark basketball. And the Reds on senior night trying to spoil the league title hopes of Wayne. And there's a bucket from Jaden Peters. So that's actually Peters' first hoop. I had called a three earlier in the half to Peters, and it was actually Moynihan. So Moynihan had 2 threes in the first quarter. He has 6. And then on the other end, Zanelevic with the deep 2 off the mark. Newark a chance to take the lead for the first time. Peters spins and rolls up and puts it right between the eyes.
Peters feeling it.
And timeout Wayne. Coach Bill Thompson going to try and put a stop to this run from the Reds.
Of note, Newark putting together a little run with the big treat on the bench. Taylor Clements getting a little bit of a rest to start the second quarter. and Newark just taking it away offensively anyhow.
So Peters with the quick 4 points to open up the second quarter here, and a 15-14 lead. Now Newark, after giving up so many easy looks, particularly on the back cuts early in this game, they've kind of tightened things up and buttoned things up a little bit on the defensive end, Tony.
Yeah, they've done a nice job in the last couple of possessions, and we've seen Wayne settle a little bit for a longer shot and then a couple of turnovers from the Wayne team as well.
Each team has used their use it or lose it 30-second timeout here in the first half. So 15-14, first lead for Newark. Neither team has led by more than 4. And Wayne basketball, Carmichael, great position. A lot of basketball there from Anglin, but also a lot of body. And so Carmichael's going to go to the free throw line, where he missed a couple earlier on, and also start to notice on the scoreboard 5 fouls on Newark, none on Wayne.
And Carmichael made an impact early on in the first quarter with a couple of baskets, a nice assist, and definitely a size mismatch in there for Anglin, and we see Clements check back into the game.
Anglin was called for a second foul. He'll take a seat. And Carmichael, after taking the 0 for 2 from the line of the first quarter, hits both here. He has 6. And the lead is 1, 16-15. Caraballo running the point. Skip pass. Peters going to let it fly. Was on line, couldn't get the roll.
Boy, Peters really feeling it tonight.
Yeah, he is not shy from downtown. Figured coming off the bench, got a little bit of a late start. Off-balance shot from Blankenberg, long rebound, and they're going to get the foul in the backcourt.
Well, good hustle play by Peters there, and then, calls the foul way in the backcourt.
It'll be Jaden Burley called for the first foul against the Wayne Eagles tonight. 6:26 left to play in the second quarter. A 1-point lead for Wayne. They've led most of the way in a tight ball game thus far. Caraballo and Peters up top. And not a lot inside against the zone. They do get the entry pass here to Martinez, who is in amongst the trees. Caraballo off the mark. And now a run out for Wayne. Numbers 3-on-2, 4-on-2. And Carmichael can't hit as the trailer. Blankenberg, though, comes up with the loose ball and will have a foul.
Yeah, Blankenberg snapped a difficult pass back to Carmichael. Wasn't really able to gather it and go up with control to finish. But Blankenberg done a nice job hustling back into the play, getting the rebound.
It's good vision, though, by Blankenberg. He kind of slowed down and waited for his trailer and then threw that back pass. Like you said, a little bit difficult to handle. Foul was on Caraballo, his first.
It was Zanelovic with the air ball, but he did a nice job getting completely wide open. I think a little bit surprised at how open he was.
Might have been, too, where you kind of look up and you're not exactly where you thought in relation to the basket. So Newark basketball still down only 1, 5.5 to play. Certainly the scoring pace that was up early in this game has slowed down here in the second quarter.
And Newark's done content with doing most of its work on the outside.
And poked away by Blankenberg. 1-on-2. And again, he waits for support. Zanelovic somehow kept that pivot foot down. Blankenberg can't hit the 3.
No, but good patience on the break, not forcing something, trying to find the open man, just not able to connect.
Wayne has not hit a field goal in this second quarter. It's all the way back in the first quarter, the last time they had a field goal. And another, near turnover, but Newark got it back. Peters for 3. Off the mark. So the teams have combined for a total of just 6 points thus far in the second quarter. Here's a wide open look for Holgado. Not a lot of arc, but it goes down.
Oh, quick release by Holgado, too, and, needed by the Wayne Eagle team.
6 different players have scored for Wayne, and the lead is back up to 4, 19-15. Now the drought prolonged for Newark. Clements at the high post. Back for Peters. Caraballo way off the mark. Just hit the backboard, was wide right. And off the rebound, that's going to be the 7th team foul. And so Wayne's going to be in the bonus for the final 4 minutes and 12 seconds here in the first half.
Newark's done a nice job hitting some shots from the outside, but you're wondering at what point are they going to be able to get Taylor Clements involved in the game plan? One of the big X factors in the Finger Lakes League is Clements.
Yeah, he has not really caught the ball in any kind of position to score thus far. He's caught it at the high post a couple times, but...
Well, and credit to Wayne defensively. They've done a good job of contesting some of the easy entry passes to the high post and making it difficult for him to get position inside.
Nick Carmichael is the only guy to have taken free throws in this game. And he's now 4 out of 6. He missed his first 2, but he's hit 4 in a row. He's got 8 points to lead all scorers. And the lead is now at 6, 21-15. It's a 7-0 run after Newark had taken their first lead, and now another turnover. And Newark struggling a little bit to take care of the basketball. The turnover's starting to pile up. Billy Thompson giving a confused look to his dad, as only his son could do. Now he figures out what the play is. Thompson. Boy, Carmichael trying to post up on Clements. Blankenberg drives, wide open look for Zanelovic, but again, can't hit the deep 2. So he's 1 out of 3 on that shot, Tony. 33%. He's backing up your analytics. Newark down 6. They really need a basket right here. Kind of stay within striking distance. This is the biggest lead, 6 points, and they're going to get a kick. So it'll be Newark ball underneath. 3:24 to play in the half. We got Clements with the big goose egg right now. Kind of zoom in on him. He gets a good position there, and he was shoved out of bounds. They're going to get Carmichael.
And Carmichael doesn't like it. A little bit of contact with the body.
They will not give him the shooting foul, as he had not made the attempt to go up yet. So Newark will inbound again underneath. Clement this time in the corner. They'll lob it in. He uses that height. Against 3 defenders, is able to finish. Now they made a real concerted effort to get the ball to Clements on both of those out-of-bounds plays.
And you can see why, as he delivered.
21-17, the lead back to 4. And Newark has gone man the entire way. Got a number of players who can post up. That time it was Zanelovic. Now Carmichael had his shot blocked by Clement. Well, not a lot of guys in the Finger Lakes East that can contest Carmichael's shot. He brought that in kind of weakly, and Taylor Clements is a guy who can return that to sender.
Yeah, he was able to put one in on Taylor in the first quarter, but was well positioned to shield with his body. That time he kind of came straight on, and Taylor said no.
Already on down to 15 on the shot clock. Moynihan down to 5 on the shot clock. Peters, deep 3. Draws higher. And Zanelovic with the rebound. Wayne again looking to run. They fill the lanes nicely. Holgato, passed it right at the feet of Carmichael, but boy, Carmichael did a great job to gather in a poor pass and then hit the long 15-footer. Carmichael in double digits with 10.
I'll get it.
Not sure if that was a medical reason that he came out of the game. Not sure what happened there.
Could have been, maybe blood on the uniform or something.
Billy
Not sure.
The ref held up 3 fingers. I didn't know he was calling a foul, but Thompson's going to come off. There's no foul on the play. And now we might have a clock issue maybe. We'll see. Mark Jones going to head on over. Yep, they're going to reset the shot clock. 1:54 left to play in this half. 23-17 Wayne. Again, Wayne 15-3, 11-1 in the Finger Lakes East. A win tonight, they clinch at least a share of the Finger Lakes East. They can win the outright title with a win tonight and Thursday at Penn Yan. Long 3 airballed by Mason Vandemortel. And Newark really struggling with the shooting here in the second quarter after hitting some threes early on. Oh, great hesitation from Blankenberg.
Yeah, strong play by Blankenberg there. Nice job taking it right to the rack.
6 for Blankenberg, and the lead is 8. Biggest lead for Wayne. You know, it hasn't been a quick run. They've just been kind of gradually building this thing back after Newark took their first lead. Clements just inside the free throw line, can't connect. Oh, offensive rebound and a second offensive rebound. Clements able to connect.
Yep, Peters made an attempt to tip it in, wasn't quite able to do it, but then Clements there to clean it up.
I'm going to say you can't afford to throw away an opportunity like Peters had there, but Clements had his back. Blankenberg missed the 3. Newark basketball down 6. We're under a minute to play. 50 seconds, 50 seconds on the clock. And D'Souza's pass was deflected.
Whoa.
Big collision. And just the 4th team foul. So Wayne still has 2 more fouls to give here in the final 41 seconds. Meanwhile, Billy Thompson ready to come back in.
Holgado ran into Green D'Souza. When D'Souza spun, it was a pretty high-impact collision out on the court.
He took the brunt of it and gets called for the foul. That's never fun. And step to the baseline. Logan Moynihan commits the turnover.
And Moynihan looking to drive baseline and trying to find Clements.
That pass was probably doomed for a turnover anyway, but they call the step on the baseline. And it's about a 1-second differential, Tani, between the game clock and the shot clock. So Wayne could hold for the last shot right here, just like we saw at the end of the first quarter. Now, all things being said, kind of a workmanlike performance here for Wayne in the first half.
Yeah, it seems like they've been in control of what's going on, but Newark certainly hanging around here with this only being a 6-point game right now.
1-4 across the free throw line. Good look from Thompson, but couldn't connect. And Clements, who knows all about the long-range shooting.
And not quite a Sports Center moment tonight.
That one wasn't even close. Indeed, not a Sports Center moment, but that's the end of the first half with your score. Wayne 25 and Newark 19. Time for our Bill Cram Chevrolet halftime report when we come back right here on FingerLakes1.com.
FingerLakes1.com's live coverage of Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball is brought to you thanks to the support from Finger Lakes Partners. Insurance for your life, home, auto, and future. Trust someone who lives in your community. With offices in Geneva, Waterloo, and Victor, visit Finger Lakes Partners online at fingerlakesinsurance.com. Ferrara Lumber and Building Supplies. Ferrara Lumber has been a fixture in the Seneca Falls area for almost 60 years. Start planning your next home improvement project at ferraralumber.com. Ferrara Lumber, supporting local high school athletes since 1959. Finger Lakes Construction Company is the #1 post-frame builder in New York State, providing complete building packages for a wide range of construction, including personal garages, commercial office complexes, municipal, equestrian, agricultural, dairy facilities, pole barns, and more. Visit them online at fingerlakesconstruction.com. The It's a Wonderful Run 5K Committee. It's a winter run like no other. Check out race videos, sign up for the next race, and learn how to get involved in the most popular holiday run around at itsawonderfulrun5k.com. Red's Place, serving great lunches daily in downtown Seneca Falls. Awesome daily specials, soup, and the best sandwiches in town. Check out their Facebook page for daily specials and their full menu. Next time you head out to see a movie, make it at the Omen Theater in downtown Lyons. You'll love relaxing in the modern, renovated theater that has the old-fashioned charm and character of the original house, first opened in 1915. See what's playing this week at omentheater.com. Penny's Place Family Restaurant, located on 5 and 20 in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. Well known for their large portions and home-cooked meals, a large selection of breakfast items, and everything from burgers, salad bar, and wraps for lunch. If you want a great meal while pinching a penny, come to Penny's Place. Jimmer's Auto offers a full inventory of late model cars, trucks, and minivans. Check out their full inventory online at jimmersauto.com. And for service, visit Stever's Garage on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. Jimmer's Auto and Stever's Garage, strong supporters of local high school athletes for over 40 years. Fed up with unresponsive web designers and getting nickeled and dimed for every small website update? Call FingerLakes1.com at 315-712-0104 and take control of your web presence. Since 1998, FingerLakes1.com has created and maintained nearly 1,000 websites for local businesses and organizations of all sizes. Aflac. When health changes for you or a loved one, it can change everything. But Aflac can help make sure the life you live is the life you never stop living. Learn more at aflac.com or contact Joe Calarco at 315-253-0495. And by Generations Bank, Little John Orthodontics, and Bill Cram Chevrolet.
Back at Newark High School, Brendan Harrington along with Tane Robinson, Jim Sinacropi, and Jeremy and Jason Hunt behind the scenes. And at halftime, the Wayne Eagles with a 6-point lead, 25-19. Wayne took control early, but Newark hung around, actually took the lead momentarily early in the second quarter before the points really became difficult to come by for the Reds. They scored just 4 points over the final 5 minutes of the half, and so they're down 6, still in the game. But like we said before, Wayne really seems in control here at the half. Not a lot against that zone. Newark's going to have to hit some threes over the top if they're going to pull off the upset.
Yeah, Newark's going to either have to get hot shooting from the outside or figure out some way to get the ball inside. And it seems like that's been a challenge so far. And credit to Wayne defensively. I mean, I'm sure that that's one of their priorities, to not deny the ball to Clements at the high post if he gets it there and to not allow him to reposition himself. So, you wonder whether or not the Newark guards will be able to create some openings by, attempting to dribble penetrate against the zone to create some space for Clements. But a tall order with how strong defensively we've seen Wayne perform. And on the other end, we've seen Wayne really do a nice job offensively of getting good looks. There's been a few times where they've settled for some long shots, but they've really done a nice job of moving the ball, distributing it around to different players on their team, finding the open man, and getting some good looks off of Newark's man-to-man defense.
Nick Carmichael with 10 points to pace all scores, including 4 out of 6 from the free throw line. You look at the big three for them in terms of Carmichael and Blankenberg and Zanelovic. They've combined for 18 of the 25 points. Certainly Billy Thompson you could probably throw in there as well. I mean, this is a solid Wayne team, as we know. We talked a little bit about the Newark Reds and where they stand in the sectional picture. Wayne is in that A2 classification, and right now they're sitting at the number 2 seed. Leadership Academy is the number 1 seed. Really, really good team that they have this year, just a couple losses. So, if you're Wayne, you can grab that 2 seed in the bottom of the bracket and, have a good chance of making a run all the way back to the finals, potentially a trip to the Blue Cross Arena. So, boy, this Finger Lakes East, if you look at the FL East, I know Jim compiles some of the numbers, and this league really is the class of Section 5 when it comes to sectional titles. The Finger Lakes has 54 sectional titles, and this FL East, Minders is going to be up towards the top usually in Newark. And then we've seen some other programs, especially this Wayne program over the last 3 years, has really come into its own. We know Pal Mac made a run to the championship game a couple years ago. And we've seen, Mid Lakes with some good teams. Penn Yan, of course, we mentioned. It's a really good league, Tony.
Absolutely. The Finger Lakes.
Geneva.
Forget it. Geneva. Yeah, in this area, Finger Lakes, really, the area that we cover, this Wayne Finger Lakes, if we expand out to Wayne County as well, some really strong basketball teams, and it's a lot of fun to be covering games in this area because of it.
And if you're wondering where some of the other teams in Wayne Finger Lakes are in terms of sectional classifications right now in standings, Clyde Savannah looking at that number 1 seed in Class D1. They are just a few percentage points in front of Notre Dame Batavia. This actually looks like they got a decent size in terms of number of points to hold them off. Also, some other area teams. Lions currently is 3rd in the C2 classification out of Wayne County. Then further down, South Seneca 9th, Bloomfield 10th, Red Jacket 13th. In the Class C1 classification, Marcus Whitman, they're looking at another Finger Lakes West title. They have just the one league loss. That's such an interesting program. They are kind of in between, right? They go in the Finger Lakes East and they struggle, and then they dominate the Finger Lakes West.
Yeah, size-wise, they're just kind of that tweener that in the East they're going to really struggle, but against the West, a lot larger school, and they've had a strong program the last couple of years. They've done a nice job down there with the way that they've turned things around.
When we talked about Minders and Penn Yan, currently 1-2 in Class B. Palmac 8, Newark 9, Mid-Lakes 11, Waterloo 14. There are exactly 16 teams. That sets up for a pretty nice tournament. Good number for that Class B, of course, not separating this year into B1 and B2. I like that they have just the 16 in Class B. And then Geneva is 10th out of the 11 teams in A2. Of course, we talked about Wayne being number 2 there. So Canandaigua's had a good year up in Class A1, just to give a shout-out. I know they're Monroe County, but, of course, some interest in the Finger Lakes. They've had a solid year, 10-9. A program sometimes that can struggle a little bit. So it's kind of a look at the sectional standings as we are looking at the last week of the regular season. The banquet's going to be this weekend. Jim, you okay if we just keep it right here, heading into halftime? You good? All right, we'll keep it right here. Got talking about sectionals. That Thursday night, Jim, we're pretty sure that's probably the only game in the area that's going to be played on Thursday, and that could have huge ramifications. Of course, Wayne's got to take care of business right here, but they go to Penn Yan on Thursday. So here we go, getting ready for the second half.
And the Wayne team taking the court with a full 40 seconds to go. And
ready to go.
On the clock.
All right, fourth game in 5 nights. On that front, Tane, I haven't seen any signs of the fourth game in 5 nights.
No, and it seems like but Coach Thompson's been rotating players in and out, keeping legs fresh. But you also mentioned too, that on the defensive end, they're playing that matchup zone.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a lot of full court pressure. They haven't done a lot of transition, and so they play a style that's conducive, I think, to preserving their legs.
And of course, in high school, you're looking at 32 minutes of game time compared to 40 for college and 48 for the NBA. These kids are younger. So here we go, Newark basketball to open things up. And Clement able to get right to the basket and score. So Taylor Clements with 6 points, and just like that, it is a 4-point game.
Moving to his right, putting it up with the left hand. Not an easy shot, but banks it home.
Good job to get him a touch right out of the gate here to open up the second half. And boy, Blankenberg loves that trail pass, but again, Zanelovic couldn't connect.
Yeah, Blankenberg does have good court vision, looking back behind him, trying to find the open man, a heady player.
So remains 25-21. Newark with a chance to make it a one-possession game here. Caraballo to Anglin. They reverse all the way around for Moynihan. Took a full trip around.
Well, yeah, Moynihan
came out.
Had it all the way down.
Leads to numbers the other way. 3-on-1, and no excuse really there for Newark not getting back. Who finished that?
Oh, that was Zanelovic.
Zanelovic, thank you.
Yep.
So Zanelovic with the bucket. He has 4, and the lead is 6, 27-21. I tried dealing with the railing, and I missed the last bucket, so I'm going to have to stand up again, Tommy. We got a railing right in front of us here at Newark High School, but a great perch, but we just got to get on our feet at the end of a long day. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Moynihan for Caraballo. Down to 5 on the shot clock and a travel.
And they're going to get Caraballo for the travel. And Clements had done a nice job fighting for position inside. There was a brief moment where Caraballo could have hit him with the ball and just hesitated a little bit, and Wayne recovered.
6:30 left to play here in the penultimate quarter. 27-21 Wayne. Boy, Zanelovic just not feeling it. He had that early 18-footer that he hit, but his mid-range game has been off since that point. Blankenberg takes the bump from Moynihan.
Blankenberg with the bump, but he also extended his arm to clear a little bit of space on his way to drive past.
That'll be the second on Moynihan. Blankenberg's got good length, but he's got good quickness as well. He can be a tough matchup at this level. Zanellovic playing with his back to the basket, uses the shot fake to draw the foul.
Well, we haven't really seen it yet, but, I tell you what, Blankenberg's also got great range. We watched him last year in that championship game knock down the winning three-point basket from, 2 steps behind the NBA three-point line.
Last year, Zanellovic was the MVP of the Class A2 tournament, but Blankenberg, who you mentioned there with the big shot, also Billy Thompson made the team. So 1 of 2 from the free throw line there for Zanellovic, and meanwhile now Newark takes advantage of Wayne not getting back as Green D'Souza scores his first points.
D'Souza, a nice job accelerating and really elevating, too, on that layup.
29-23, 6-point lead for Wayne. And they're going to call a carry. So another turnover for Wayne, and substitution, Adian Elliott will check into the game. Elliott saw a couple minutes in the first half, 6'2", 185-pound junior.
And Newark just continuing to find a way to hang around here.
6-point lead, Newark with the basketball, with Wayne up by 6. Again, trying to probe against that 2-3 zone. Wide open look for Moynihan.
Moynihan drills it.
9 points for Logan Moynihan, all on three-pointers. And the lead is 3, 29-26. High-low. Zanellovic got great position, but now kind of stuck as he picked it up. Carmichael nailed it.
Boy, Carmichael has knocked down a couple of those long jumpers today. The big man showing some impressive range.
31-26, lead back to 5, and that's a traveling violation on Taylor Clements at the top of the key. So that'll send it back over to the Eagles with a 5-point lead with 4:54 left to play. Again, what's at stake here? Wayne, with a win, would move to 12-1 in the Finger Lakes East, would clinch a share, at least a share of the Finger Lakes East title, and then with a win on Thursday could win it outright. Billy Thompson against the man-to-man. Blankenberg draws 2 defenders, and Zanellovic that time is right on the mark. Little fist pump as he heads back down.
With about as long a 2 as you can get.
33-26, the lead is 7. Caraballo for Clements. Clements with the 3 from the corner. And a loose ball foul. They're going to give Carmichael, who is battling with Adian Elliott.
Nice persistence by Elliott there, fighting for that rebound.
It'll be the second on Carmichael, and Jaden Peters is going to check in.
Peters showed some good range with his shooting in that first half.
They're going to extend right on out to Peters at the top of that zone with Bolt and Thompson. Peters, Moynihan, and Green D'Souza around the arc right now.
But good hands by Clements to hang on to Green D'Souza's pass.
And Green D'Souza can't finish. And Blankenberg with the rebound, being hounded all the way down the court. And they're going to call an offensive foul.
Now, D'Souza was bumping him down the court, but what the official picked up on is clearly Blankenberg got frustrated, dropped his shoulder, and tried to clear some space from Green D'Souza.
So 33-26, Newark's down 7 with 3:45 left to play here in the third quarter. It was a 6-point lead at the half. So they've chipped away 1 point. Now the turnover again. 2-on-3, and oh, boy, Thompson tried a behind-the-back pass and a 2-on-3, and Billy Thompson is not going to be happy with his son after that play. He's already sent a substitute to the bench to come in. Meanwhile, Clements misses a good look. Volleyballed around. Nobody can get their hands on it.
Boy.
Moynihan. Bam!
Moynihan has been lights out when he's had an open look at it tonight.
4th 3 for Logan Moynihan. He now has 12, and that brings it back to within 4 at 33-29. And Coach Thompson was already upset with son Billy for that ill-advised behind-the-back pass at a 2-on-3, and then I think he's unhappy that nobody could come up with that loose ball after that rebound, and it led to Moynihan getting a wide-open look.
Sure. I mean, one of the things we've talked about this game is, we've had the sense that Wayne has really been in control of things, and so you're wondering if, they've had that same sense too and starting to play a little bit too casual, the behind-the-back passes, not diving on the loose ball, and certainly I think that's what Coach Thompson was getting on his team about, and we'll see whether or not they're able to raise up their level of intensity as this game finishes up.
So Wayne basketball coming out of the timeout with 3:05 left to play in the third quarter. Blankenberg will run the point with Thompson now on the bench. Olgato in the game. He came in for Thompson. Carmichael, Zanelovic, and Bolt. And right down the center of the lane, Clement blocks. Logan Blankenberg will stay with Wayne.
Boy, and good pressure defense by Moynihan, really pushing up on Blankenberg.
11 on the shot clock. Zanelovic hands to Blankenberg with 6 to shoot, and they're going to call an offensive foul again.
A second offensive foul on Blankenberg, extending that arm. Looks like he's getting frustrated a little bit by the aggressive pressure man-to-man defense.
One thing if you extend the arm, it's another thing if you're using it just to shield the defender. I thought that was really the case there. It's a tough call. So 2 quick fouls on Blankenberg. He's going to take a seat. And it's a 4-point lead and another chance for Newark to make it a 1-possession game. Peters, quick trigger, bam! He's got that quick release. Jaden Peters.
And no conscience at all. He's letting it fly if he gets a little bit of breathing room.
He has 7, and just like that, it's down to a 1-point game, 33-32, 6 straight points. And now Zanelovic unable to finish. His shot was partially blocked, wanted the foul. Peters going to let it fly halfway down and out. Big rebound for Carmichael. Thompson right back in the game now after the quick talking to from his dad.
Well, and great hustle by Green D'Souza there, defensive.
Well, Carmichael to Zanelovic. Back to Carmichael. And that's blocked, and a late whistle. Now, there had been some contact before, but at the time, that was a clean block. I mean, there was a huge gap between the defender and Carmichael.
No problem at all with the call as long as that whistle's right after the contact.
Yeah.
The problem with it is, there's the contact, then he takes a shot, and then the whistle comes.
And free throw up and in. Boy, Carmichael missed those early 2 free throws. He's been perfect ever since. Mason Vandemortel in for the first time here in the second half.
Yeah, Carmichael has probably been the most consistent player for this Wayne team tonight in the way that he's been scoring. They've needed every one of his points.
He's been a machine at the free throw line. He has 14, 35-32. Back to a 3-point lead for Wayne with 1:35 to play in the third quarter. Again, Newark attacking that matchup 2-3 zone. Vandemortel, who just came into the game. Moynihan and Peters around the outside, and we'll have a bump on the floor here coming up against Billy Thompson. Actually, looks like they're going to get Zanelovic.
So we've seen a couple times.
That's the first on Zanelovic. 4th team foul on Wayne, 3 on Newark. Reds down 3. Able to get it in.
Wayne remaining in their staple 2-3 defense.
Again, not a lot of touches on the high post or in the interior. Now they get a touch to the free throw line, and it's deflected out of bounds off of Blankenberg. That's Aiden Elliott that time that caught the ball at the free throw line. One thing you like to see at the high post is, either make the quick pass or square up, take a look at the basket.
Sure, we've seen Carmichael do it a number of times tonight on the other end. Catch the ball at the high post, turn square to the basket, look to pass, and then, make yourself a threat to shoot also.
Those guards are going to cheat if you keep your back to the basket and deflect that pass back out to the wing. Here's an open 3 from the corner, and we're tied.
Wow.
Jaden Peters with his second three of this quarter. He has 10, and with 45 seconds to play in the third quarter, we're tied at 35. Off the drive, Carmichael, a lot of contact, but no call. Now we'll run out the other way. Moynihan avoids the defender, missed the shot, and we have a foul on the floor, no basket.
They get the clear out before the foul, but a great-looking foul by Peters, and this Newark crowd is into it on senior night.
So that'll be the fifth team foul. They got Holgado with the foul on the floor. They lob for Clement. Triple teamed in the middle of that zone. Three off the mark from
Peters.
Jaden Peters. Hesitation. Blankenberg draws the foul and scores. Tough finish from Logan Blankenberg. And that puts Wayne back up by 2. Big sequence there. Peters' three was off the mark, and now a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play on the other end. We have that as the fourth for Elliott, and the free throw no good, but we're going to have a whistle and a loose ball foul. So Blankenberg missed the free throw. He does have 10 points, however. And now Wayne will inbound. That's his fifth. Yeah, they did have it right with the fourth foul and now fifth foul. Boy, Aiden Elliott fouled out in a hurry.
A quiet 5 fouls.
20 seconds left to play. Shot clock is off. 37-35, 2-point lead for Wayne. This is all 3 quarters now that Wayne has been able to hold for the last shot potentially. Almost a turnover. Carmichael's going to let it fly! Oh, right between the eyes!
He gets the triple.
Big country.
Carmichael can't miss tonight.
With the 3, and that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. Wayne 40 and Newark 35 on FingerLakes1.com.
Federal loans not enough to cover the cost of your college education? The private student loan available through Generations Bank can be the answer to your funding needs. Learn more online at mygenbank.com or call 315-568-5855. Generations Bank, with locations in Auburn, Farmington, Geneva, Phelps, Seneca Falls, Union Springs, and Waterloo. Be sure to check out their mobile banking app or visit them online at mygenbank.com. Dr. Littlejohn and his outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each patient through their orthodontic care. They utilize the latest technological advances in the orthodontic industry, including digital scanning and Invisalign. Dr. Rod Littlejohn is proud to support our area high school athletes. Check out their website at littlejohnortho.com. Bill Cram Chevrolet on Route 5 and 20 between Seneca Falls and Waterloo, where your car buying is fast, fun, and easy. Mention you saw them on FingerLakes1.com and receive a $250 credit to use towards the purchase of any new or used vehicle. Browse their inventory at BillCramChevrolet.com or stop in and see why you'll save plenty on 5 and 20 with Bill Cram Chevrolet.
Back in Newark High School, we start the fourth quarter. Wayne with a 5-point lead and the basketball. A win, and they clinch at least a share of the Finger Lakes East regular season title. Blankenberg drives. Zanellovic wide open, but left it way short. Here comes Newark.
Zanellovic has seemed tonight like he's still trying to kind of find his range. He's only been back for a couple weeks now of full league play.
Been really streaky, not very consistent at all with that jumper. And here's the steal again from Wayne. Boy, some turnovers at some inopportune times tonight. Thompson, though, pulls up from 15 and can't hit. Newark hanging around. 7:08 left to play in the fourth quarter. Down 40-35.
When Newark continues to go deep into its bench, giving every player a decent amount of minutes here on senior night.
Kyle Martinez back out there. Boy, Clement took the extra step, got away with it, rebound Blankenberg. He pivoted and then he took that extra step at the end. Carmichael setting the ball screen for Blankenberg. Blankenberg able to chase it down. Now they'll get it back to Holgado with 20 to shoot. Still plenty of time in this possession from Wayne, nursing this 5-point lead. Blankenberg, boy, he's been loving that 15-footer tonight.
And he hasn't missed.
Shooter's touch for Carmichael.
He has not missed. He might have missed one in the first quarter, but since then he's been lights out.
19 points for Nick Carmichael, coming off a 20-point performance last night against Virtus. He had a double-double with 20 and 10. And there's Clements at the free throw line. Squares up, but had the free throw jumper go in and out. Big miss for Clements there. It's a 7-point lead for Wayne, 42-35. Blankenberg off the screen. Wow.
Big three by Blankenberg. We hadn't seen it yet, but I tell you, he's got almost limitless range once he gets across half court.
And all of a sudden you look up and Blankenberg has 13. Timeout, Newark. As they feel it slipping away, it's the biggest lead of the game now for Wayne. It's a 10-0 run. The score now 45-35, so Newark had pulled even at 35 apiece late in the third quarter. But now we've seen Wayne take control of the game again, and it's been the usual suspects that have been the guys that have done it here in the fourth quarter. Blankenberg hit the three. Carmichael had a bucket late in the third, another bucket here, and that free throw line jumper. And Wayne all of a sudden feeling pretty good about themselves with 5:42 to play. But, Tane, still a lot of time left for Newark.
Absolutely, and we've seen Newark scoring come in bunches as they've been able to get hot from three-point range. You know, Moynihan and Peters both have done a nice job knocking down the long ball.
Newark tied it at 35 with 55 seconds left in the third quarter, and we've seen 2:18 go by here in this fourth quarter. So a stretch of just over 3 minutes and a 10-0 run for Wayne has given them control. So big possession coming up here for Newark. You don't want to say you have to have the three, obviously, with a lot of time left, but they've had some good looks from downtown against this 2-3 zone.
You just want to make sure they get a quality shot off if you're the Newark Reds and not turn the ball over.
Vandemortel to Moynihan. And Peters on the opposite wing. Meanwhile, Clement
laid it a little bit short.
Pretty good job in the interior of that defense for Wayne. And now Billy Thompson will take his time as he advances it into the half court. And travel on Blankenberg. Newark going to go to the bench. Anglin and Green D'Souza back in the lineup. Have not been many free throws tonight. In fact, Newark has not taken a single free throw in this game. Again, that's probably a product of that 2-3 zone again, Tony.
Yep, and the fact that Newark has been content with, you know, we're going to take the outside shot.
Oh, wow, they call a double dribble. Logan Moynihan. And Newark cannot afford to throw away a possession like that, down by 10 with 4:57 left to play. But yeah, Tony, if you're not going to attack the seam at all or, you know, the baseline of that zone, it's not going to pick up any fouls.
One of the things that sometimes can be challenging, you know, in that 2-3 is effectively rebounding out of it, but that has not been a problem for this Wayne team at all tonight, as we've not seen a lot of offensive rebounds go Newark's way.
And again, that's where that length comes into play. Going 6'4", 6'4", 6'5" along that back line. They're going to have a pretty significant height advantage against most teams. I mean, Clement obviously matches up, but then the rest of the four on the floor, a different story.
Boy.
Lob, and Blankenberg missed it the first time, but then got the deflection and put it home.
Nice persistence by Blankenberg. You know, it was well defended the first time, but Blankenberg just came down on the same side of the basket and went right back up with it.
9 points for Blankenberg in the second half, 15 for the game. And the lead is 12. It's 12 unanswered for Wayne. But there's the three from Logan Moynihan. That's his fifth 3 of the game, and that finally ends the scoring drought. So it was about 4 minutes and 50 seconds, so nearly 5 minutes of scoreless basketball for Wayne, and in that time, or for Newark rather, and in that time, Wayne really able to take control. Great back cut, Carmichael, and the foul.
Boy, that was a really heady play by Carmichael. Green DeSouza's playing nice pressure defense on Blankenberg. Forces the switch with Taylor Clements, and then does a great job of Blankenberg of finding the cutting Carmichael, who just has been putting up an unbelievable stat line tonight.
That's now 7 consecutive free throws made by Carmichael after he missed his first 2. 22 points for Big Country, and it's 50-38. Matches the biggest lead. Green DeSouza, pass deflected. Clements, double team. And the rebound cleared out of there by Carmichael. Obviously, we don't keep the rebounding numbers, but Carmichael could be looking at another double-double tonight.
Well, again, it's been impressive how they've been able to keep Taylor Clements off the offensive glass.
Zanellovic thought about attacking from the free throw line. Instead, he'll send it back out to Blankenberg. NBA 3. Boom. Wow, it's like they've kind of gone into another gear here in the fourth quarter. After Newark tied it with less than a minute to go in the third quarter, it has been all Wayne. And Blankenberg now with 18. And timeout, Newark. So Carmichael and Blankenberg, Tani, have combined for 40 of the 53 points for Wayne, and that's, we talked about it, until last Friday night, those two players hadn't played together all season long, and when they're both in the lineup, look out. I should say, I was thinking of Zanellovic, who was out of the lineup, but still Carmichael and Blankenberg haven't played that much.
Getting your entire squad back together, you can tell that there's good chemistry, within the entire team. They're able to space the floor well, and certainly, Zanelovic's return to the lineup just makes that defense all that much stronger, added length, and while he's maybe struggled a little bit with his shot tonight, we've seen him really make some things happen both defensively and in terms of where he's catching the ball and passing and cutting.
Yeah, certainly Carmichael and Blankenberg had a big chunk of the season to begin with, but then when Blankenberg went down with that injury for a couple games. But everybody getting back on the same page now. And it's 53-38, so it was 35 all. This is an 18-3 run, Tony, since there were 55 seconds remaining in that third quarter.
Yeah, Carmichael knocks down the three at the very end of the third quarter, and it's been all Wayne since then. I tell you, credit to this Newark team, though, who's really kind of fought and hung around. And Logan Moynihan's certainly been doing his part on his senior night, shooting the ball real well from deep.
If I'm in Class B, I don't want to see Newark in the bracket, whether I'm a Pal-Mac or a Minders or anybody else for that matter. They can be dangerous. And there's a shot clock violation. Wow, out of the timeout.
Wayne, great defense by Wayne there. It looked like Newark was trying hard to free Moynihan for the open shot, and the Eagles just weren't going to let it happen.
Well, Newark going to have to press here. They need to make something happen with just 2:16 remaining, but certainly it looks right now that this thing is out of reach and that Wayne is going to clinch at least a share of the Finger Lakes East title. And 2 nights from now, they will be headed down to Penn Yan with a chance to win and take the Finger Lakes East outright and then get ready for sectionals.
Wayne spreading the floor, taking their time on this possession.
Wayne last year finished the season 20-4. They're going to go to 16-3 this year as Zanelovic draws the foul. And he's going to head to the free throw line.
Boy, heads-up play by Carmichael there. He had good position inside against Clements. Turned and found a cutting Zanelovic.
So Zanelovic to the free throw line. He hits the first. He missed 2 earlier. You look at this Wayne team, 20-4 last year. They're going to be 16-3, 36-7 over the last 2 seasons. That's pretty impressive for Coach Bill Thompson, and really a credit to this core of players that we've talked about from Wayne that have played a long time together.
Well, and what's scary is the majority of this Wayne team will be back next year.
Carmichael's a junior. Blankenberg's a junior. Of course, Zanelovic a senior.
Thompson's a junior.
Thompson only a junior. Holgado only a junior. Three-pointer off the mark from Mason Vandemortel. And a couple substitutions. Looks like Caraballo and Martinez going to come back in, and that might be the final time that Taylor Clements comes off the floor here at Newark High School as a varsity basketball player. Because this Newark team probably not going to get a home sectional game based on the sectional point standings.
Boy, but what a career some of these Newark Reds has had. The Big Treat has done has been an impressive player in the Finger Lakes League for a long time. I remember us calling one of his games back when he was a 9th grader and us saying, geez, look out.
Yeah.
This kid is big. He's got good hands. He makes good moves around the basket, and certainly he's had a real impressive career for Newark and a lot of success over the years.
Yep, has been on varsity since his freshman year. Those are the first free throws in this game for Newark. Vandemortel gets on the board. He goes 1 out of 2. But the lead is 16 with 1:20 left to play, 55-39. This Newark team is going to finish the regular season at 7-13. They'll finish 6-8 in the Finger Lakes East. That'll be good enough for a 4th place finish. And 3 ball off the mark, but just 55 seconds left to play, and the JV team and fans that made the trip from Wayne up on their feet as we come down the stretch here, and we're going to have a substitution timeout for Wayne. They're going to get the bench emptied, and the starter is going to come out of the game. Nice effort tonight by Wayne.
And a lot of excitement for this Wayne program as a historical moment taking place. It'll be the first time that Wayne at least shares a Finger Lakes League title.
Now, they've had a share before. It's going to be if they can win the outright title. If they can win the outright title. .45 seconds left to play. 55-39. So we'll see if any of the Wayne players that are coming off the bench can get a late bucket. Jake Battle, Anthony Flatt have come in. Justin Piotrowski. And we're going to have a foul. I think that's the case, Tom. You might be right. Has Wayne had a share, Jim? Has Wayne had a share of the...
I don't think so.
No, okay. I thought you had told me before that they had a share. Okay, so yeah, it'll be the first time they have at least a share. You're right. They can win it outright as well. And Piotrowski missed the free throw. So he had a chance to get on the board there, but a little too strong. Down to 13 seconds left to play.
Oh,
long three.
He who must not be named.
Mason Vandemortel. How long you been sitting on that one? And that'll do it. Well, a dominant 4th quarter from the Wayne Eagles, and for the first time in school history, they will win at least a share of the Finger Lakes East Championship and a chance to win the league outright if they can knock off Penn Yan on the road on Thursday night. 55-42. We'll step aside, and we will be back to wrap this thing up and hopefully have a guest for you on the Dr. Littlejohn Smiles with Style postgame show on FingerLakes1.com.
FingerLakes1.com's live coverage of Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball is brought to you thanks to the support from Finger Lakes Partners. Insurance for your life, home, auto, and future. Trust someone who lives in your community. With offices in Geneva, Waterloo, and Victor, visit Finger Lakes Partners online at fingerlakesinsurance.com. Ferrara Lumber and Building Supplies. Ferrara Lumber has been a fixture Seneca Falls area for almost 60 years. Start planning your next home improvement project at ferraralumber.com. Ferrara Lumber, supporting local high school athletes since 1959. Finger Lakes Construction Company is the #1 post-frame builder in New York State, providing complete building packages for a wide range of construction, including personal garages, commercial office complexes, municipal, equestrian, agricultural, dairy facilities, pole barns, and more. Visit them online at fingerlakesconstruction.com. The It's a Wonderful Run 5K Committee. It's a winter run like no other. Check out race videos, sign up for the next race, and learn how to get involved in the most popular holiday run around at itsawonderfulrun5k.com. Red's Place, serving great lunches daily in downtown Seneca Falls. Awesome daily specials, soup, and the best sandwiches in town. Check out their Facebook page for daily specials and their full menu. Next time you head out to see a movie, make it at the Omen Theater in downtown Lyons. You'll love relaxing in the modern, renovated theater that has the old-fashioned charm and character of the original house first opened in 1915. See what's playing this week at omentheater.com. Penny's Place Family Restaurant, located on 5 and 20 in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. Well known for their large portions and home-cooked meals, a large selection of breakfast items, and everything from burgers, salad bar, and wraps for lunch. If you want a great meal while pinching a penny, come to Penny's Place. Jimmer's Auto offers a full inventory of late model cars, trucks, and minivans. Check out their full inventory online at jimmersauto.com. And for service, visit Stever's Garage on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. Jimmer's Auto and Stever's Garage, strong supporters of local high school athletes for over 40 years. Fed up with unresponsive web designers and getting nickeled and dimed for every small website update? Call fingerlakes1.com at 315-712-0104 and take control of your web presence. Since 1998, fingerlakes1.com has created and maintained nearly 1,000 websites for local businesses and organizations of all sizes. Aflac. When health changes for you or a loved one, it can change everything. But Aflac can help make sure the life you live is the life you never stop living. Learn more at aflac.com or contact Joe Calarco at 315-253-0495. And by Generations Bank, Little John Orthodontics, and Bill Cram Chevrolet.
And back at Newark High School, 55-42, the Wayne Eagles knock off the Newark Reds tonight and spoil senior night. And also in the process, Wayne clinches a share of the Finger Lakes East title. That's their first Finger Lakes East title, but they have a chance to have it all to themselves if they can win on Thursday night down at Penn Yan. Brendan Harrington, Tani Robinson back with you, and we're pleased to be joined by Billy Thompson, the point guard for this Wayne Eagles team, and of course, the coach's son. And first of all, congratulations, Billy. Last year, you guys certainly, bringing the school its first sectional title, and now breaking some more new ground tonight. First league title. Congratulations. How's it feel?
Oh, it feels awesome, man. I mean, before the season, we have team goals, and one of them was league champions. And now to be able to go for it, just for ourselves, it's a good feeling, because I know Penn Yan beat Minders, which was big for us because we were going to share it. If we beat Penn Yan, we were going to share it with them. But
it's amazing how things can change in a week, right? A week ago, you lose that game to Minders at home, probably a little bit bummed about that. But now here you are a week later, and you control your own destiny.
Yeah, here we are a week later, and it feels good because we work hard for it.
One of the things that we were noticing that seems to be kind of going on with your team is that you're finally hitting the time of the year where just about everybody is healthy and back together for the first time this year, getting a chance to kind of gel before sectionals. How do you feel like the team's kind of coming together now that all of your pieces from last year's team are back and healthy?
Oh, team chemistry is pretty good right now. I mean, we're fighting some colds on the team, but every game we're just trying to get the W because that's all that matters. But I mean, we're just fighting through. We're trying to just get through every game healthy, and and no one getting hurt and everything, especially before sectionals.
So it's your 4th game in 5 nights. The schedule's a little backloaded. Now, I wonder if that maybe was the work of your dad a little bit, knowing that Braden was going to be out for a big chunk of the year and a chance maybe to get everybody together down the stretch?
Yeah, that helps a little bit. I mean, we were trying to get Braden some games before sectionals because that was a pretty serious injury.
Yeah,
we didn't know when he was going to come back. But it's good to have him back now,
I know you guys have been playing together a long time. How much does it help to have that experience, even though you're only going to have a limited number of games here at the end of the year, to have had, you guys have played together, going all the way up through, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's big, just knowing everyone's role and what they're doing on the court. It's just helpful, Like, you trust one another and you do anything for them on the court. And that's what makes it special in the end when you have achievements,
Yeah. How about Big Country tonight, as Jim has named him? Nick Carmichael. Boy, he just, always in control down there in the post, and he likes that shot from the free throw line.
Yeah,
huh?
He's a great big man. He knows what he's doing. He knows his role. He works hard, and he's just a smart basketball player. That's what makes him so good.
You're on a team, obviously, with a lot of guys who can score. You can score yourself when need be. But, what do you see yourself as your biggest contributing role on this team when you think about, what are you going to need to do coming down the stretch here to help, contribute and do your part for a sectional title?
My job is to just be the floor general and to just make sure I take care of the ball, no turnovers, set the offense up, and then on defense, just trying to get steals and bring the energy, because we got some scores on our team, so I don't necessarily have to score, and I just got to play my role.
Did Dad let you have a little bit with that behind-the-back pass?
Oh, I don't know what I was thinking on that. That was a bad pass.
Oh, have fun in film session with that one, man. But no, overall, a great game, and congratulations. How about Penn Yan on Thursday?
That's going to be a tough one. They got some good players, but we just got to go in there and play our game, and hopefully we can win. But a lot of respect to them because they're a good team.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, hey, we want you to rest a little bit because you've played 4 games in 5 nights, and we hear you sniffing it up there. I know Jim also might be passing out at any minute here. He's been playing hurt tonight. But
and you got a big game coming up?
Yeah. Penn Yan coming up. So just real quick, some of the final numbers here before we get on out of here. Nick Carmichael finished with 22 points, 18 for Logan Blankenberg, excuse me. Speak of the devil. Blankenberg making a flyby.
Oh, it's Zanellovic.
Oh, it was Zanellovic. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was Blank. It was Zanellovic. Sorry, I was looking down at my.
It looked like they thought about dumping water on you. I don't know if they did or not.
Well, with the illness, that
might have just been a little.
That would not have been the way to go. And then just real quick on the other side, Logan Moynihan had 5 threes for 15, and Jaden Peters with 10. Thanks to Jeremy and Jason Hunt on camera tonight. Jim Sinacropi, our producer-director. And thanks again, Billy, for joining us here at the post-game.
I appreciate it.
Yep, for Tani Robinson, I'm Brendan Harrington. Have a great night on this final week of the regular season here on FingerLakes1.com.